Hello, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, the channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim. Fam, you know what? I hear I collect too many toy lines. I hear I don't have enough room to display my stuff. I hear, I got stuff in totes and, boxes. And the hell does that mean? What that got to do with you? My stuff is mine. I spent it. I bought it. I hear that you got a problem. You got an addiction to buying stuff. And if I do, what they got to do with you? At the end of the day, because you need to beat your addiction. You shouldn't be having stuff. You should just be sitting there in a barren house. Man, get the hell out of here. Dude, it's always somebody trying to tell you what to do with your life. It's easy to give advice to people when you ain't doing shit about your own shit. Dude, everybody's an armchair psychiatrist. Everybody know everything about everything. Everybody rich as hell on the internet and, they don't have no problems. Dude, I sit here and listen to this shit all day long. And I tell you just like this, people full of shit. Bro, I'm going to tell you something. Most people ain't rich. Most people ain't even got a dollar or a window to throw it the fuck out of. I'm going to tell you. When you sitting back enjoying yourself, when people like you, people get upset about that. When people find you interesting or, something about your channel that click with them, like, man, I like the way how you got this set up right here. Or the way he got that over there set up. Or the way his Funko Pop wall in the back. Oh, man, you need to get rid of that shit back there. That's just garbage. Dude, why are you so enthralled about another man's shit, dude? If you sitting here telling me that, you ain't about that, then you ain't about it. But why are you angry at somebody else about their shit? See, that's the problem that I have. There's so many people upset with other people's stuff. And it shouldn't be, man. When I'm collecting, dude, I collect because I'm happy. I collect because this is something that brings me joy. I collect, man, sometimes because, nostalgia value, man, factors, from childhood, or, I see some cool stuff that I like. People make it seem like you got to know every toy, you got to know everybody's name and how to pronounce it properly. Man, dude, come on. Get real. What is wrong with you? You know everybody's name and how to pronounce every name. Shit, I get people that pronounce regular words wrong, but you're supposed to know every name correctly in order to do the hobby. People tell you don't deserve the stuff that you paid for, and I'm trying to figure that one out. Like, why wouldn't I deserve the stuff I paid for? Dude, that's crazy as hell. You try to tell somebody about the shit they do, man. The things you do is the stuff you do. The things that bring you joy are the things that bring you joy. You don't need no damn permission from nobody to actually like what you do, man. When I find stuff, dude, I get happy. I find stuff and I put it up and, try to put it in places. Man, built my little collection the way I like it, man. It may not be, the way that a lot of other people would have it or they would like it, but, at the end of the day, your collection is yours. You don't owe nobody nothing. Dude, if you spent $1,000 on each toy on that shelf, that's yours. At the end of the day, ain't nobody in here, people like, but you complaining about money. You don't hear me complaining about money. You hear me complaining about the damn problems that are happening because of people who don't give a shit about people who don't have money just like they do. Again, you hear me talk about inflation. You hear me talk about prices of food, mortgages, rent, all this shit, man. Everything done went up. Yes, and it affects collecting as a whole, man. You sit here and you try to tell yourself, man, this is just me venting. This is just me talking. No, it's you understanding that shit done went up and it's not funny anymore. It hadn't been funny in a long damn time. You realizing that you paying an arm and a leg for something and, you be like, damn, I really didn't want to pay for this. I really didn't want to do this. I really didn't want to do that, man. But you finding yourself cutting back on everything you like because you're basically covering all those overages that you just incurred. Your light bill went from 40 to 50. Your gas bill went from 100 to 120 or something. I'm just giving examples of things. Your rent went from, like, I'm being honest here, from like 1,200 to like 1,500. Your mortgage went from 1,500 to 3,000 because of property taxes, and your insurance went up. Dude, you sitting there thinking to yourself, like, come on. But you telling people to not do anything, just live their life paying bills. And I'm going to tell you something. One thing about the baby boomers, they did that. And, a lot of times they didn't get an opportunity to enjoy life. I know people who died who never did any damn thing, but, went to work and paid bills, and that's it. That ain't no life. Dude, you just wasted a whole damn life. You ain't did shit. You ain't got nothing to show for it. This is why I take pictures of things I do, man. This is why I even take pictures of my collection. This is why I actually collect. I actually enjoy it. I understand I can't take this stuff with me. I understand when I pass away. Somebody just may either give it away, throw it in a dumpster. You never know what may happen. But, at the end of the day, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm gone. You know, shit, I'm not gonna come back and hunt nobody over no toys or any damn thing, man. It is what it is. Like I said, I have attachment, but I don't have attachment. At the end of the day, man, if I have to let it go, I gotta let it go. And that's the thing that a lot of collectors don't have in common. So many people are so attached that they willing to, man, this is just who I am, man. It's who I am, but you know what? Who I am, shit, is determined by me. If I told you I'm tired of just sitting here, doing this, after a while, I just quit. At the end of the day, nobody can tell you how to live your life or what to do and what not to do, man. You're going to collect, you're going to enjoy, you're going to sit back and actually enjoy your time and your space. You're going to make it yours. Dude, that's what happens when, you collect and you like what you're doing. Like I said, I see so many people with so many collections and so many things, man. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your life. You only get so long to actually enjoy it, man. Life is not finite. It's finite, rather. It's not infinite, like it used to be back in the old days. Old days. But, man, look. I buy helmets, shields, swords, gauntlets, all type of stuff, man. It's about me having fun. It's about me enjoying my life. Dude, I tell people over and over again, don't be so quick to tell people what to do with their shit. If you don't like what they doing, then that's just you don't like what they doing. If you think they reckless and all that stuff, then that's just you. It's just what it is, man. Like I tell you, it's real, man. A lot of people don't realize that, you have the right to do what you want. Like I said, when I get these toy lines and I'm in here buying stuff, like when I bought Castle Grayskull, the box had a hole in it that it came with. Like somebody looked like had damaged the box. Somebody, oh, they kicked a hole in your shit, haha. Then when Snake Mountain came, man, it was something, that I thought, then I had got the Technodrome for the Turtles. Dude, that's the thing, Voltron Castle, the Terradromes, the Defiance and stuff like that with the space shuttle and the gantry. Dude, I think a lot of people don't understand who you are as a person. It's defined by who you are. You don't owe no damn body nothing. People keep saying like you owe everybody something. You owe nobody nothing. Dude, your thing is to keep doing what you're doing and do the best you can as a person, man. Man, look, I still got my Batman sets, the Villain Lair, and the Batcave. Man, I still need to put them up somewhere. I need to just set them up and see what they look like. The only thing I don't got is, what's that? The Office, like the Bat Study with the Bat phone and all that. I would have loved to found that one. And, the thing is, a lot of thing about the toy tubers, man, I like what they find it. And it gives you opportunity to go out there and check either one Ross or two Rosses and see if you can find it, or a DD's discount, man. I love how people are finding stuff, man, and it makes me feel good that, maybe I have that same chance to find that stuff too, man. Collecting is about, enjoying the hobby. But people make it seem like we all in competition or we wasting our money. You buy what you want to buy. Oh, man, I can't understand why you got those crummy Funko Pops back there. That's just garbage. Man, everybody say anything that somebody else collects is garbage. Dude, those comic books, those garbage. Those video games, those, dude, you just in here, those Funko Pops are for kids, man. Everything back here is for kids, bro. I don't know where nobody going with it. Somebody said, I was looking at this, they said, sports cards ain't nothing but pictures of men, right? And y'all buying pictures of men. What you think these action figures are? These are men. Most people have a lot of male action figures because they don't have that many female. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, with that damn logic, it's all fucked up. This is why I say don't use that logic. Just have fun. People make everything more than what it should be. They make it like it's a competition, or, you shouldn't be doing something that brings you joy. Dude, this ain't hurting no damn body. I'm trying to figure out why is it that there's such a stigma on collecting. Like it's just some sort of, dirty word, like he in there collecting toys. Grown ass man. He in his 50s collecting toys. Man, I wonder what the hell his kid's saying. He ought to be embarrassed. What the hell I'm embarrassed about? My bills I paid. My shit is up to date. My whole thing is people look at you and they want more. They want you to be broken and hurt and, you going through shit. They want you to be in here crying every day. That's what people want. Because people want to have something to talk about. To have over your head to say, see, I told you. I told you he was like this or like that. Man, please. At the end of the day, we going to do what we going to do and we going to move on. That's what I'm happy about, man. That's what we going to do. But to later, fam, thank you so much for watching. Peace out.